Hi students, I want to spend a few minutes talking with you about your final paper and presentation assignments that you have here in UI100 for this spring semester. I always make sure that you have access to this information right here at the beginning of the semester so you know exactly what it is that you're working towards as we continue throughout the next 16, 17 weeks or so. So if you look here at the top of the website and scroll down here in this general box where it says welcome, you'll see a heading here that says final project information. There's a link here that says final paper with a final paper assignment with the rubric, and then final presentation assignment with rubric. So let's take a look at both of these. I'll spend just a few minutes on this, and then we'll continue to talk a little bit about this as we continue throughout the semester. So if you click on the final paper assignment, what we're going to do is take a look here. Whoops, I don't think you can see the very top, it just has the heading there. But basically we talk about over the course of the semester, we're going to cover several different resources that the university provides to you as a student in terms of how they help you with your survival as a university student. We're going to talk about engaging in the process of conducting research, and you will do more research before you really sort of start this project, so just kind of keep that in mind. And you're going to learn how to connect and incorporate different ideas and concepts into this final paper. So what you're going to be doing, I've provided here with exactly what it is that you need to include in your paper. This is very, very important, especially as we look at the rubric. If you see that you have left something out, that could mean a deduction of 20-25 points or so, and this paper is worth 100 points, so that can really affect your score on this. So what you need to do for this paper is you need to set up your paper by basically giving me your thesis. What is the point of your paper? And this is going to involve selecting a topic, which we'll talk about here in just a moment. But you have your introduction, and then you're going to do a discussion, which is why is it that students need to be aware of the topic that you chose. This is probably the easiest section to actually incorporate your research, okay? So kind of keep that in mind. I want you to provide a personal plan for how you are going to deal with the topic that you have chosen. And then I want you to provide a section where you provide some advice, where you articulate some advice that you would give to an incoming student on how he or she might deal with this particular topic. And then obviously, as with all of the papers that you'll be writing this semester, you need to wrap everything up with a conclusion. So I have pre-selected some student issues for you to choose from. The reason I have pre-selected these is because I know that if you go out to conduct research on any of these, you'll be able to find some good, useful, appropriate information, okay? That's why I have pre-selected these, because I don't want you to choose a topic and then go out and start conducting research and realize that you can't find anything. However, if you look at this list and you think, there really isn't much on there, I don't know if I really want to do anything that's here on the list, if you want to focus on another topic, you have to get pre-approval from me before you can actually write about it, okay? The reason that I need you to get pre-approval from me is that I'll have a good idea as to whether or not you'll be able to find good, appropriate research on that particular topic. And so just make sure you get approval from me before proceeding and assuming that you can cover a certain topic. So the paper requirements, I'm not looking at, a 10, 12 page paper here. I'm looking at about 4 pages long, double spaced. You must use MLA style formatting, and we're going to be working on MLA style formatting here throughout the course of the semester. It's going to be really important that you understand that you are to write your papers in a certain format, okay? That's part of being a good university student. It's part of being a good academic writer. So that includes 1-inch margins, a Times New Roman 12-point font, a works cited page. That works cited page does not count towards your 4 pages, and proper in-text citations. If you are unfamiliar with MLA style, and in particular, if you don't know how to format a Word document, Google is going to be your friend. You need to start figuring out how to do that. I expect that university students know how to do that, but I realize that especially if maybe you've been out of school for a while, it's not something that you're used to. That's something that you need to get up to speed on yesterday. So go start working on that if you don't know how to format a Word document. You must include at least one source from a book, a journal, a magazine, reflections from your journal entries. You'll have a couple of journal entries over the course of the semester. Oh, whoops, wait a second. Let me go back for a second. You have to include at least one source from a book, journal, magazine, or newspaper article found in Kent Library. You can use other information from your class assignments, journal entries, etc., but that does not count as your source. You have to have one source, something that you have found through Kent Library, and we're going to have some different activities here in the first few weeks of the semester that are going to help you figure out how to use those sources. Your primary source may not be from Google, so you cannot go to Google, enter in your topic, time management, and then just use whatever you find. You have to use an appropriate source, okay? And then, like I said, you can use some other information to incorporate into your paper if you've done some other work this semester that lends itself to your particular topic. You're going to submit your paper topic, just the topic, to me in a forum posting during week 10 of the semester. It will be listed under the assignment section. I think you'll get like 5 points or something for putting that out there. But your final paper will be uploaded to the link that says final paper under the assignments heading on week 15. Week 15, okay? The paper should be uploaded no later than 11:59 p.m. on Sunday, May the 3rd. If you miss the deadline, you have to contact me because you won't be able to upload it to the link. The link will shut down. Any late submissions, that includes if you are 15 minutes late because maybe you had technical problems. Technical problems are not an excuse for turning something in late. So if you miss the deadline, any late submissions will result in an automatic deduction of 30 points. This paper is worth 100 points. That means you are already at a 70% and I haven't even scored it yet. So it is obviously in your best interest to turn your paper in on time and leave yourself plenty of time to upload it to that link. Any paper that's received more than 48 hours after the original due date will receive a 0 score. No exceptions will be made because I have to have time to grade these so that I can submit your final grades here at the end of the semester. I have the rubric here. If you want to earn an A, if you want to earn a B or a C or D or an F, you can see all the points that I have allotted for each section. If you neglect to include advice, for example, you're looking at an automatic deduction of 20 points because if there's nothing in there, then I can't score it. I'm also looking at your sources, spelling and grammar. I don't think you can see it, but there's MLA format is down here too, so make sure that you are using appropriate MLA format. Do yourself a favor and spend some time reviewing this document to make sure that you understand all of the requirements of the assignment. For your final presentation, you're going to be talking about the same topic. However, you are not to read your paper for your final presentation. I will have already read your paper, and so I don't need you to read it to me again. What you're going to do is adapt some of your work that you did to provide me with a 3 to 4 minute presentation where you're going to share some information from your research paper. This is probably a good place, a good time to, like if you're writing your research paper, maybe you've got some personal stories or anecdotes, maybe some things that either happened to you or maybe to a friend of yours, and maybe you find that you're running out of space in your paper, like because you only have 4 pages or so. This is a good place to share that information, okay? So what you're going to be doing is basically summarizing your research from your university survival paper. This presentation is also worth 100 points. The presentations should be uploaded to the week. There's going to be a forum under week 15. I've got some directions that we're going to go over here in a moment on how you do that. Again, no later than 11:59 p.m. on Sunday, May 3rd. Same thing about missing the deadline. If you miss it, you have to contact me. I'll be, whenever you upload something to a forum, it's time stamped, so I'll be able to tell when you upload it. Any late submissions to me will result in an automatic deduction of 30 points. Any presentations received after 48 hours will receive a 0. Okay. I have indicated here your presentation about 3 to 4 minutes. I will stop watching your video at 4 minutes. Okay, I have in the past had students submit 15-minute presentations. I don't have time to sit and watch that because I have 60 online students, and I simply don't have time to do that. So Once your video goes to 4 minutes, I'm going to stop watching it, and you are really at an advantage over my face-to-face students who have to stand up and deliver their presentations. You can do this in a few different takes, okay? So no, these videos should not be longer than 4 minutes. Presentations, similar setup here to your paper. I want you to include kind of all of these different things: your introduction, your discussion, a personal plan, advice, and a conclusion. So don't just end abruptly here. Do not read directly from your research paper. This presentation is considered formal, and so what I mean by that is that proper attire is required and will be factored in when calculating your grade on the presentation. So I don't want to see workout attire, I don't want to see t-shirts, I don't want to see hats. Do not chew gum. Take this as seriously as if you were doing it in class, because that's how I'm scoring it, okay? In terms of uploading the presentation, you obviously have to videotape yourself delivering the presentation. It's sort of preferred that you use a webcam because the quality will be much better, but you can use a tablet or a phone if that's all you have access to. You are going to upload your completed presentation to YouTube. Okay, you will need to create an account, and it's free to do that if you don't already have one. Now, when you upload your presentation, you can set it as unlisted, which means that someone has to have the link in order to view it. People won't be able to search on YouTube. I mean, it won't be open to the public like most things are on YouTube. If you set it to unlisted, I'll be able to see it and your classmates will be able to see it. If you set it to private, no one will be able to view it, okay? So you have to set it to unlisted. Unless you just want to leave it as public, which is fine too. Once your video is uploaded, you can click the share option on the YouTube, and then you just copy and paste that link into the forum. If you have never uploaded anything to YouTube before, you need to practice this process before actually uploading this final this final video, because your unfamiliarity with YouTube is not an excuse for this being late. Okay, so if you've never done this before, you need to practice. Once all of these are uploaded, you need to, feel free to view all of your classmates' presentations. You're not required to do so. You'll receive your presentation score through the forum posting. However, I will email you a rubric that will have all my comments and a breakdown of your scores, and you can expect to receive that email rubric no later than May 8th, okay? Same thing here. I have the rubric here for your final presentation. Be sure to take a look at that. And if you have any questions about either of these assignments, don't hesitate to let me know. But please do make sure that you spend some time reviewing this information here at the beginning of the semester. Thanks, and have a great day. Bye.